this is the Varun Prophecy 3. Pretty much basically the one that you'll find out in the wild. Sometimes the stats vary a little bit, but generally this is what you're going to get if you pirate the pirates, so to speak. So now what I'm going to do is break it down by levels and kind of show you all the components. So let me do that and then I will be back. Okay, I've broken it down to the bottom, the middle, and the top section so you can kind of see all the pieces if you wanted to build a ship from a non-pirated version so you could still use your companions to rank up your skills, because it doesn't work. Some of the skills you can't rank up if you use a pirated ship. So starting at the bottom, I'll just kind of hover over piece by piece instead of reading them off. That way you can get an accurate build list if you want to replicate this identically. So I'm really not a fan of the layouts of these stock. I always modify them, but some people might want the pure version. It's probably the best Varun ship you can find in the wild. Okay, that was the hover over from the bottom, moving to the middle layer. To me, there's just lots of wasted space in these. Like these cargo hulls, to me, are kind of worthless. Now on both of these pieces here, they do have those portholes. Alright, continuing on. Alright, and that's that. Now we're moving up to the top level. Front to back again. Now there is an equipment plate there underneath that. Hold on. So there is an equipment plate underneath there, and also an equipment plate there. And they do have skylights there. It's the bridge. Again, equipment plate, skylights, equipment plate. There was nothing attached to it, but it was there. And that is Prophecy 3. So with all these parts, they just slap back on. Now I personally don't like the look of this wide piece with this piece. And I don't think I can I duplicate that here? No, of course I'm in a shipyard that doesn't have Stroud, but to me it would look better with 3 of those across the front. Okay, what I've done now is I've broken the ship apart to show you only the hab configuration. All the trim pieces, weapons, all that nonsense have been stripped away, and basically this is the only walkthrough parts of the ship. So when you come into the ship, you got the side entry over here, and you come into this companionway, and directly behind that's a computer core. Also on the bottom level they have the infirmary, but you can't get there without going up. So this thing is kind of a maze, and the doors are a little bit wonky. So over these pieces here you have this 3x1 all-in-one berth, and a huge cargo hold, which doesn't do anything other than just look like a cargo hold. Doesn't give you any cargo. And then off to the side of that you have a Stroud storeroom. So again, there's really no use to that. Also above the landing bay you have one of these companionways. I guess the only purpose for that is to give you a view out the side. Then above that you have the engineering bay and the mess hall, which is where you access the bridge. So it's really a bit of a maze, but when you strip away, that's what you're left with. So this ship could really use some tweaks, maybe replace some of these with more useful habitation modules, I would say. But now we'll go out and we'll walk through the ship. I mean, it's kind of hard to get a sense, but at least now you kind of know what you're walking into. You walk in here, got the 1x1. Also, I guess that's convenient, you know, having the docker that close to the loading bay. Computer core, all in one. So we'll walk in and you'll kind of see how wonky it is. There'll be a ladder here, and then there'll be a ladder way over there, and then there'll be a ladder over here. So again, the side entry.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
And you come into the 1x1 that has the docker on it. Then turning left, this is the computer core. I don't think there's a ladder up here. Yeah, there is a ladder up here. So you got this 3x1 to walk back into. Really no purpose to it. I guess maybe you could replace it with a command module to add extra crew slots. Alright, going up. There's that 1x1. This is the 3x1 all-in-one berth that we just hopped up into. Again, the 1x off of here. And remember, sitting next to this was this big cargo area. I guess this is part of the 3x1 here. So over here, that's the other 1x that stuck out the middle side with the window on it. And here's that, I don't know, random, oh no, this is the infirmary down here. way off to the side. Really, you know, really inconvenient. And there was no workshop on this ship. So coming back over here to the all-in-one berth, head up to here. This is that engine room
Hi.
that we have to walk all the way down here and come across, you know, engine room next to the food hall. Makes a lot of sense. And again, we're walking from the back of the ship now toward the front. And finally, the cockpit right above the mess hall. So that's the flow of the ship. A lot of wasted space. Doesn't even have a workshop. So, all right. Well, that pretty much covers the Prophecy 3. And I never paid attention, but I think the weapons are usually pretty much the same. We'll talk about those real quick. They got the Obliterator Alphas, the Marauder railguns, and the CE-59 missile launcher. Those are pretty good engines. I use them on a couple builds. Shields could be better. And that's the grav drive. Though overall a decent ship, and with a few modifications, it can be really an awesome ship. Because I turned it into, this is for a separate video. This is what I turned it into. Much slimmer. I did add the front docker. I think it goes well with the style. Almost matches. Kept all the engines. Did downgrade it to a B-class reactor, which is more than adequate. I did change the bridge too. I preferred that one. The only difference with cutting a row out of the middle is you can't center the cockpit, but I kind of like the offset in the back. But like I said, that's a separate video. All right, let me go back to the ship so I can end it on that. All right, thanks for watching. That's the Varun Prophecy 3. It'll probably be sold by the time this video gets up. So, but if you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. And I will catch you all on the next one.